Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we'll be continuing the Unholy Crusades. But first, like always, quick ad before we get started. So I'll see everyone in just a few minutes here. Hey Rippy, how's it going? Don't worry. There's only a few. Nothing to be afraid of. Unless they come at you, wielding a knife. Or an axe. Or tentacles. You know, the normal things. How you doing? You know, speaking of rambunctious animals, the kittens are very hyper today, so don't be too surprised if you see one bouncing around behind me every now and then. Alright. Ads should be about to let up here, so we'll get started in just a second. Let's see. Okay, good. That's up. Everything's good, as far as I can tell. Let's go ahead and get started with Not a Cult. While this is loading up, let me get this pulled up. But yeah, nothing to be afraid of with a few lambs. At least also as long as you're not a part of, the cult of the old ones. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Don't blow me up now. Well, camera broke. One too many stones. But no. Here we go. Ugh. On. How poorly off were we? Let's get this place cleaned up real quick before anyone gets too sick here. Yes. Traveling through the Darkwood and we're separated. Yeah, we could find, a lost brother to sacrifice. He may regret asking us to look for him, but we'll do so. Ah! Let's go and prepare him for burial. Alright. Don't mind the graveyard over here. On. We'll make an extra one. Alright, real quick, let's get everyone fed too. There we go. Hey, Artie. We're trying, alright? We're trying our best. Also trying to keep this place clean, but well, you know what it is. Apparently we slipped a few laxatives in the food here. Alright, you get bed rest. Alright. They'll get that. Let's go ahead and get them buried, and then we'll go to the Darkwood for our quest here. Right after collecting this, of course. Okay, you're bed resting good. Let's re-educate this one, and then we'll go on a crusade. Through the woods. Alright. Yeah, how's everyone doing today? On this most unholy of days. Go ahead and quickly give the sermon too. Alright. Let's see. You know, I don't mind the ability to summon a weapon I would prefer. That's not bad. Let's also go ahead and see. Got a new doctor in here. Let's start teaching people the meaning of obedience. Ritualistic fight pit. Fight for my amusement. Gotta keep everyone well trained after all. People like fights to the death. I see. Alright. Well, that works for me. Loyalty's decent, at least. Alright, you can be released. Let's go on the crusade. What are you doing, Mabel? Oh. Apparently Mabel and Jack are having a play session of chasing each other. Alright, we'll just take whatever we get. Been a little bit since I've played here. So mine the rust. Shouldn't be too bad, though. Get a nice, relaxing crusade in. Oh. The Transmogricon. Turn a random enemy into a critter. Hey, Nealon. Yeah. If a game has Twitch integration, I generally try and make use of it. And this one just so happens to. Let's see here. How you doing, by the way? Alright. Let's go and cleave our way through. What do we got? Get from below. Someone died from old age. Man, I didn't get to sacrifice him. Well, we're continuing after a little bit of a break from this. But, you know, other than someone just literally dropping dead after we entered here, pretty good. I've managed to not die in the first room, so, you know, always nice. Let's go ahead and do that. And there we go, do a power slam there. Alright, go ahead and gather stuff. Go rescue someone. Alright. There we go. Sorry, sometimes I'll get a little bit focused here for obvious reasons of if I don't I tend to not do so well. So let's see. Oh crap. I need to get rid of these bats. There we go. Oh. Didn't even see him. Well. So much for not dying. Well then. It'll be fine. We'll just have two people fight to the death for us. That'll get everyone's faith back in us. Alright. You need bed rest. On, real quick. Back to work, everyone. Don't mind if as I harvest some meat here. Real quick, before anyone gets too upset here. Yeah, when we get a new follower, I try and at least wrap them off for the first minute or so. So, you know, feel free to join in. And then you guys get to do some extra little stuff here as well. Let's see. Only have so many bones. Let's go with this one. Alright. Who's the most unhappy? Who's also the oldest? I'm seeing a 50 here. Who's probably a little unhappy. Yeah, I do like how it has, like, the actual votes here. Yep, he's definitely not happy. Yeah, he looks a little happier now. Don't worry, he's fine. Ooh. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's inspire these ones. You know, get some faith in us back. Alright. Let's go ahead and level up. Wonderful. Everyone get to work on the statue of myself. Acceptable. Alright. Let us go ahead and we'll have them sleep it off. Maybe that'll make them happy. Alright, looks like they're all inspired. So we'll do just a little bit of cleanup. Birds stealing my plants. Our food. Yeah, we'll quickly gather some. And we'll let them gather it. They'll do a decent job. People need a food, huh? Let's go ahead. We'll cook these two. There we go. Guess they don't collect it automatically. But yeah. How has, what games have you been playing, the past couple days here, Neon? At least, any new ones, I should say. A few that have come out that are actually on my radar, from friend recommendations and everything. Like Alters and... Okay. But altars and blueprints are two that are on the list. Actually, I'm planning on starting... I may do... or try blueprints Friday and altars Saturday and see which one I want to continue first. I may do that as the way to determine. Alright. Yeah, it looks good. It actually looks really good from what I saw of it. Alright. Let's get the last little bit cleaned up here. Holy crap. Someone was a little backed up. Well. You get a latrine online at some point. Alright, there we go. There's that. You know what? Let's have a little possession go on. Just a little bit. A tiny bit of possession. Well, hey, not only is Space Marine 2, you know, a good option, they did just re-release Space Marine 1 as well, which I know is on Game Pass. Which I may have to try, because I actually never played the first one. Now that I think about it. I think it released on Game Pass at least about... I don't know. Maybe a month ago? Alright. There we are. Holy. There we go. Really? There we are. Alright, someone's starving, so we gotta be quick. There we go. Alright. Quickly now. Go ahead and drop that. Alright. There we are. A little worse for wear, but still fine. Go with this. I'm getting hit too much. Ow. Alright. Whew. Ooh. You're in a storm startup. Here we are. What do we get? What? A revealed map. But yeah, I've heard the first one is really good, so I'm gonna have to give it a try as well at some point here. For Space Marine 1. Especially now it's got the remaster, which apparently had some, like, nice quality of life stuff as well. You know, that makes me think of something. What is a game you guys have, like, held off on because you weren't sure of it, but ended up, like, really enjoying when you finally did pick it up? I think, for me, that would have to be... Oh, honestly, I would have to say Outward. It took a while for me to actually pick it up, but when I finally did, I absolutely fell in love with the game. Has to either go to that. I hate these things. Oh. Alright. There we go. But yeah, like, just ended up really enjoying it. There we go. We got him. Good. Alright. Into the cult you go. Don't mind us. And we're going to use Q here because... got someone who's starving. But, like, it just ended up being one that... I really liked the atmosphere. It's a great game for co-op. I just really enjoy it overall. I'd have to say if there was another one... honestly, Remnant. Like, specifically Remnant 1. When I did eventually try it. Alright. Here you guys go. Feel free to, you know, join in. You get to customize them. You get to, you know, make them your own here. Give everyone a minute, because I know it does take us a bit to customize if you do want in on, you know, joining in. And that gives me a moment to grab my coffee. That I desperately need. But yeah, I think Remnant 1 was a game I really did enjoy when I eventually did pick it up. Oh, but I definitely, you know, was late to the party with that one. And then the final game, I have to say, we'll end it here. Generally, I'll just wait till, you know, it shows someone, maybe two people are done, depending on the time. Alright. You're a night owl. You sleep during the day and work at night. That's actually good for me. You know, keeps things busy all around. And overall, you're actually really good here. Welcome in, Nealon. We won't sacrifice you too early. Not before your time. Alright, go tend the farms for now. Thank you guys for the no resource cost on rituals. That's perfect timing. Because That means you all get to eat. Courtesy of everyone who voted, you know, for no resources. Enjoy the meal. It shouldn't be the last one. But yeah, I think the final one, I would have to say, would definitely be the first Dragon's Dogma, because I didn't actually pick it up until it re-released on Xbox One. But when I did, I'm not gonna lie, it became one of my favorite games. Alright. And finally, where is our friend who's happy? There you are. Well, there you go. Alright. Double check the crops here. Just water the two that they can't get. Go ahead and harvest. We'll plant that. Let's go ahead and harvest our pumpkins. But yeah, anyone have any games like that where, like, you ended up not picking it up? You know, maybe even for a couple years, but just when you did finally get it, it was one of those games you, like, couldn't put down, and you just absolutely, it's like one of your favorites of all time. Yeah, this game is actually very interesting. Funny enough, another one that could technically fall under the category of never picked up, but was, like, really enjoying it here. It's definitely very interesting. For one, you know, you get to, sacrifice those who maybe don't believe quite enough in you. Which is funny. But also, it just seems like a very interesting mix of, like, a kind of almost Binding of Isaac style game, but also like a resource management, from what I'm noticing here. Okay, let's... a morgue would be a good idea. I have a feeling that may come in handy. For no reason. Funny enough, that would be another game that I actually would have had that same thing happen. If it wasn't for one thing, and that's I had a buddy who recommended it to me. Who absolutely loved the game. Like, to be fair, I started with Fallout 3. So I was still technically late to the party, but, well, the others were a little bit before my time. For, like, those kind of games, at least. How bad are you? And whatever, welcome in. Alright. You know, it's funny now that I think about it. Well, it took me a while to get into Fallout. It is definitely one of those that if you've never played it, it's always worth going to. I still go back to it from time to time. Even without mods, like, the game is just good. You know, the mods enhance it, but it's an RPG I would say holds up. It's definitely, you know, a little on the buggy side sometimes. Not always the most, shall we say, polished experience. But it is a lot of fun, and just really well done and written. For the most part, you know, some plot holes here and there, but hey, there's some oddities. You know, I understand not immediately getting into Elite Dangerous, Hardy. I didn't actually give it a try until it came to Game Pass originally. But ended up really actually enjoying it. Of course, I'm a huge sucker for, like, space games like that. I don't like the dagger skill for getting rid of these guys. Alright, you. Rook. Poison? Do your thing. We'll fine. We'll finish him off. Not bad. Yeah. Actually, it's more like, what? 17? Well, about 15 years. 15, 17, somewhere around there more so. But yeah, Bethesda games, the fact they're still using the same engine, you know, good in some ways. At least, you know, you can always tell when it's one of their games, for the most part. And it comes with its own interesting things, like glitches carrying over between the games. And actually thinking about it, I think it's been more than 20 years, because at least for the engine itself, I want to say, technically, the Fallout games run on the same engine as Morrowind. If I'm not mistaken. Which, funny enough, I think Morrowind... Ow. This... You know what? Reset. No one saw that. Ignore that run. Morrowind was actually technically the first Elder Scrolls game. What are you doing here? There we go. Probably need to build a few more bunks. Maybe. Just maybe. But, yeah, Morrowind was actually I think my first Elder Scrolls game. Which I still actually have the copy. Ooh! Thank you for the level up on them. Thank you for inspiring some loyalty. But yeah, I think Morrowind, like, did I know anything about, you know, how to play the game back then? No. I think I maybe stumbled into one or two side quests. And, mainly just adventured around. But yeah, I still have it, actually. In my, like, collection I've got of some old, like, CDs and that. For, like, some old computer games I've played. Way back when. Oh. You know, speaking of Elder Scrolls games, I still can't believe they shadow dropped the Oblivion remaster. People knew it was coming, but for them to just go, and it's out now. It was honestly quite a shock and not something I was expecting, honestly, anytime soon. I keep hitting escape instead of F here to cancel this. Alright. Get you guys some food. Make sure everything's nice and grown here. That was still, like, the biggest surprise for me, though, personally. At least when it comes to gaming this year. So far, as well. Alright. I like my little garden here. Yeah. Which I'm kind of happy for, because I think Oblivion, honestly, out of... Oh, hey. What you got for me, Neon? You need outhouses. I agree. I'm tired of having to clean up here. We'll wait on that for just a moment. But I think it's like the perfect one for people to get introduced to the Elder Scrolls games with. It was definitely like the best mix, I feel like, between the actual... What's it called? Like... how to say it? Intuitive, like, gameplay. With, like, good quests and everything. I feel like it was the best mix. We should make just a few meals before. I have not had a single successful crusade yet today. I need to fix that. Cause like, Oblivion wasn't so direct with it to where like it was just in your face, which is something I will have to say. Skyrim kinda doesn't, or has that same thing. But Oblivion definitely had, like, to where you could just stumble upon a quest. From hearing just, you know, a rumor in town. That wasn't necessary. Okay. Calm down there. Calm down. Like, just stumbling upon a rumor felt a little bit more natural, I guess, in Oblivion. I think partially because, you know, the guards didn't repeat the same hint over and over, just directly to you. You would hear rumors around town from just general conversations going by and stuff like that. Which I think made it feel like it flowed a bit better. Alright. Yes. Yeah, because Oblivion has a rumor system, for those who don't know. To where, like, if you overhear a conversation and you're close enough, like, it's actually audible, the game will actually, you know, recognize you heard that and give you a little tidbit. Hey, you heard a rumor about this. But it doesn't, like, do it in your face, you know, where, hey, have you heard about the Dawnguard recently? Kind of deal. For those who have played Skyrim. You may know what I'm talking about with that one. I've heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard recently. I'm thinking about signing up myself. Kind of thing. Yeah, that too. Alright. Okay, let's see if I can pick off a few of these here. Alright, we'll get those poisoned. Pick up Fervor. The bounciness is, I think, where I'm getting hit the most here. You know, other than the bat-like enemies. The bounce house here, makes it a little difficult to keep track of where everything is. Alright. Also keeps bouncing him out of my power attack here to break his shield. There we go. Didn't even see you. But, I don't know. I just feel like Oblivion was like the perfect middle ground between Morrowind's honestly very hidden side quests and Skyrim's just blatant ones. And Oblivion just had some really cool quest lines, like the Dark Brotherhood. I would definitely say out of the Elder Scrolls games, it's definitely my favorite. So, you know, a little bit of bias there, too. With, you know, what I enjoy with that. Why not both? Always try to get both rewards when possible. I don't remember if these symbols mean anything for this. I'm not happy with the dagger, so I would like to go here. We do need... Yeah, we need followers too. Why not? I think I'm doing good on wood. Oh. Do we save the poor helpless fool here? Sorry. Follower. Or do we leave him to his fate? He is half off. But we need that money for the outhouses. Well. I see poison in my future. But yeah, like the Dark Brotherhood and the Fighters... Well, not the Fighters Guild, sorry. The Arena were my two favorites. Honestly, followed up kind of by the Thieves Guild. I like some things about it. In Oblivion, that is. I will say, in Skyrim at least, all the quest lines felt like they had about the same amount of thought put into them, for the most part. Give or take just a tiny bit. So they felt about the same overall, but like in Oblivion, there's definitely a clear distinction between the quest lines. We get to transform things to something a little bit more pleasant. Interesting. I would have thought I could have aimed it. I guess not. Having to kind of dip in and out here. There we go. Alright, you. I need you to calm down there. For the projectiles, at least. Probably good. Yeah, we'll go with this. I sat there on the poison for just a half second. Did I die to the poison or to his arrow? I'm pretty sure I had interrupted him, didn't I? I didn't sit on the poison for that long, though, did it? Hold on. Alright. Quickly. We got the money for it. Alright. Build an outhouse. So we can stop having to do this. At least so often. I'll get through this eventually. We are in the hardest difficulty, and I don't know how much that actually affects this, to be honest. It seems like it has a good impact. Okay, you. Into the stocks you go once again. I think this is your second visit. Get out of your system. The other nice thing, you know, as long as they don't actually become, you know, one of our real followers, we do have the bonus of not having to feed them. Oh. I should have grabbed this sooner. That would have made a very big difference. Alright. Let's go ahead and cook all this. Interesting. Kinda sucks we accidentally burned that. May have not been paying attention so much. But hey. At least to the cooking. Alright. We got this. I just need to, you know, be mindful of my health. And we'll be good. Alright, let's also go ahead. We'll do just a bonfire ritual for now. Use it to restore everyone's faith. For time. Short time, but a time nonetheless. Alright, you. You broke out once. In you go. One more time, and you will really regret it. Make note of that name, Auntie there. We'll keep an eye on him. Alright, we need just a little bit more money. Go and collect that at the same time. Alright, come on. Give me a good weapon, other than the dagger. Thank you. Necromantic sword. A cursed weapon. To some. But, well, how else are we gonna raise our undead armies? There we are. There we go. And here we are. Okay. These tiny rooms. Okay, you know what? You know what? Maybe. Just maybe. No, not that, not that. Let's see. We'll just go to hard and see if there's a huge difference here. Because I wonder if it's that's what's causing the amount of projectiles that we're seeing. Alright, you guys. You want another ritual? We got plenty. We got one right here. Yeah, we'll go and see if that makes a huge difference, honestly. Alright, we'll do that. Actually, that... Not that. There we go. What are you staring at us like that for? Can't even bless people. Interesting. Alright, you. You at least accept it. Okay. At the same time? Can be pet. But loses faith when their follower dies. Well, we'll just make sure that you're the first one. Alright. Seems to be working out so far. What's this symbol mean? Must be nothing. No. We need to clear World 2 here. I need a win. We've retreated one too many times. Alright. Standard Crusader's Blade. Some Divine Blasts. Alright. I see one major difference with the extra health that we got there. Also seems like enemies are slightly slower. It'll be fine, though. Still managed to get hit somehow. I think this came out, like, right around that time right after Hades 2, so I wouldn't doubt it. It reminds me... Yeah, actually, that... It does remind me of that, with, like, a mix... Mind if I do? I could definitely see that being, like, the inspiration. Same, honestly. I have not played either Hades 1 or 2. It's definitely on my to-play list. For sure. Hey, Ditello. Bark, bark to you too. Yeah. Take Shield of Faith. Dude, it definitely seemed like it. And it's definitely on the radar. For whenever, you know, I get the hankering for a roguelike, I'll spend a lot of time with like that. I hate these projectile enemies. There we go. Yeah, so the attack times are definitely much. Yeah, trust me. That's why I'm like, when I want a roguelike, I'll invest the time let's just say put into Risk of Rain, shall we say? Which, by the way, if you've never, well, sadly I can't recommend it as much as I used to. Not because it's a bad game, necessarily, but, it's not in a good state right now. Without down patching the game, at least. And keeping it on a, specific version, shall we say. Yeah, I can see that, because it's just enough of a roguelike. Like, it's got enough random elements that you can still play it a lot. But one thing I do enjoy is how much optimization you can do with it. With the actual gameplay. And how much it... For a roguelike, how much you can control. In the runs. That, I feel like, is definitely one of its big pluses. Interesting relic. Alright. Oh, I can't wait for the new bosses, honestly, in Night Rain. Ow. I'm definitely really looking forward to that. Oh, thank you. Oh, I like the invincibility. Man. Okay, let's clear some of this debris here. There we go. Clear our cultist friend next. Get a nice big hit there. Try not to die. And there we go. At least got a new friend. Oh. Feel like I'm trying to be too quick in some cases. How's your day going, by the way, Datello? Sorry, was just a little bit preoccupied there. Just a little bit. Really? What did they add? If you looked into it, you know, and I don't know if it would have spoilers or not. I don't mind spoilers. But I know some people won't even like look at updates because it may spoil something. Oh, I like that relic actually. Holy cow, that's useful. Yeah, let's take this. Let's upgrade our sword. I'm hoping it will. Oh, honestly, at this point, there's a lot of games where I'm like, I'm waiting to see if they hit Game Pass before I really commit at this point to getting any more. Oh. Not because I couldn't, but because, you know, at the same time, probably should wait and see. Plus, got a huge backlog anyways. Oh, come on. Quit bouncing out. There we go. Alright. There we are. Don't mind my health. Dude, holy crap. Yeah. Really? Datello. Interesting. Holy crap, 5,000. I really enjoyed the first Kingdom Come. I know if I ever pick that up, it's going to take up a lot of time potentially. Let's see. I probably won't be able to get the combo here. So let's go with the axe, even though it's slow. The range, honestly, is where... You know what? On. Let's go ahead and, real quick, gather up some fervor here. Yeah. Which I imagine will eventually come. Though, honestly, some of the features of a hardcore mode are already there theoretically. I hate those arrow enemies. I absolutely despise that. Really? Interesting. So I'm guessing it's like an actual permadeath mode? Alright. Trust me, I know you guys don't have much reason to believe in me. Yeah, I know everyone's unhappy. One moment. Everyone, time for a sermon? That renews some faith? Just maybe? Just a little. Just a little, maybe. To be fair, Kingdom Come 1 was honestly difficult for honestly some odd reasons in many ways. Ooh. Yeah, we need something that raises faith here. You know what? Fight to the death for my amusement. Alright. You... And let's see... You guys decide who goes in. Who's the challenger? I can see that. Because one thing with Kingdom Come 1 that I really enjoyed was the... I don't know, the AI didn't really let you get true combos off unless you really forced it through. Like, I do feel like, from what I saw, the AI was a little bit tougher in 1. But you also have more tools in 2, so that may be also where it came from. So, you know, there's that too. One thing I love that 2 did, from what I saw, the weapon, like, variety increasing, even slightly, with, more weapon combos, but also polearms now actually being weapons you can carry. It annoyed me in the first game where you'd find a lucerne and couldn't use it. Alright, that's long enough to vote. Alright. The little piggy enters the ring. You guys just... Oh, it's a slap fight. Well then. Live. Die. You get one free one. You get one free one. Alright. Ooh. That is very good. That'll come in handy. Let's go ahead. Alright, Nealon. Think we got enough for it? We just need to collect the logs here. Alright, you get your outhouse. You finally have a place to use the restroom. Great leader, I have already given everything I own to you. Now I wish to also give my life. Sacrifice me in your glorious name. Nealon? Did someone put you up to this? Yeah, I will say in 1... Well... We'll accept... Sure, we'll accept that. We can build decorations. We'll accept, you know, the sacrifice, but we'll put it off. See if maybe you change your mind. Just maybe. Alright. Go ahead and get our divine inspiration. Oh, it looks like Daddy's ready to go. But yeah, I will say in 1, there was a lot of stuff you could do to get OP early. Or at least up ahead of the curve, I should say. Because in 1, there was a trick, at least it was good for using to get, like, your stats up early. Specifically for unarmed, where you would knock someone out, strip them of all their gear, and then keep punching them in their face every time they woke up. And just keep up the cycle of, repeat blunt trauma to the face for them. For as long as you felt like doing. Until you, you know, got up to whatever level and unarmed you wanted. I remember that was one pretty easy one to set up because you could literally just, you know, go over and stealth take down someone to do that. Let's do this. Alright. Let's also cook up some meals here. Some pumpkins are fine. This will be fine. Who wants to eat some follower flesh? Or I should say mystery meat. Alright. Everyone good? Well. Alright, bed rest for you. Bed rest for you. Don't throw up in the toilet. Don't throw up in general. Just rest. Alright. Let's go ahead and assign someone to clean this place up. So we can focus on our crusades a little bit more. Oh. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, we can... We'll start a quick raffle for anyone who doesn't have a character named, who wants one. You know, we'll run this for about a minute. And then we'll continue. But yeah, in Kingdom Come 1, I still have to say, I really liked how longswords felt in that game. I was very much pleased with like how they felt, to the point where that was all I really used. But for the most part, you know, every now and then you gotta swap to a mace for the good old clubbing. Trust me, Totelo, I know that feeling. My backlog seems to only grow as time goes on. Yeah, exactly. There's so many good games and not enough time for them all. just, you know, hire this one for now. If I accidentally cancel it, you know, when someone's customizing, feel free to let me know, and we can get the next one going, and I'll give you extra time. Alright, you need re-education. Really? Fine. What we'll do as well first, let's put some fountains around here. One right there for some clean water, maybe. One right next to the pillory, so that they can, you know, not be able to go to the restroom, but constantly see running water. And we need a little light here. Right next to the beds. Because why not? You know, just have a bright light here. A night light for some. Just right above one of the beds. We'll just say they really don't like the dark. And that's why. Oh, fine. We can do so. Just a little bit. To get some use out of you first. We gotta make a whole, like, you know, ceremony out of it and everything. Can't just go doing it immediately. Gotta have the build-up. Well, thank you for the meals. Alright, let's real quick convert some of the wood here. Alright, come on, let's go get a successful run in. I only need one to be making some progress. Well, we need 2 for the final boss of the region. So let's see. Vampiric Sword is a pretty good one. Ichor Throw is nice. Alright. Go ahead and throw that. I hate the arrow, guys. Oh, when you're mid-animation, like, swinging on them, it can be so hard to see what they're doing. Ooh, nice. Got multiple hits there. Alright. Just throw a bomb on myself here. It always seems like projectile enemies are the hardest to keep track of in these. I forgot about that, actually. Yeah, all the guards, at least in the first game, were actually, like, unique NPCs to the point... I do remember, in my first playthrough of Kingdom Come 1, I may or may not have stolen all the armor off of the guards after they went night-night for a little bit. They weren't dead. You know, don't confuse that. They weren't dead. But they just had a little nap on the job. And they may have woken up without some armor. And the armor was then pawned off in the nearby town. You know, for the small bit of gold. Or, sorry, groschen. That it was. And also, I may have been wearing, you know, some of it. Yeah, let's take Blazing Trail. Well, that would be one way, and that's something you can do. I went a bit more direct with it, Nealon. I may have given a little tap and then a little hug around the throat there. And around the mouth. For a few of the guards for, you know, just long enough that we could take some of their armor. And, or, sorry, borrow it. You know, had to get armor somehow, and armor's expensive. A good suit of even, like, you know, Brigadine can cost you an arm and a leg. So we just borrowed it from our nearby friends at the guard. They didn't mind. In fact, they were quite happy to donate it. Alright, I probably need some stone. We'll go for some stone here. We don't have a mine going after all. Ooh, we even get some gold nuggets. Let's go here. Okay, so we got 9 rooms. Oh, that's a pretty good one. I feel like, at least. Gaining diseased hearts is awesome. The explosions have such a large radius, even compared to what they look like. Alright. There we go. Okay, we'll go right first. And I guessed right. Okay. I'll take these claws. And we'll go ahead and gather some fervor here. You know, no reason to let good fervor go to waste. There we go. Right there at full. But yeah, let's just say in, you know, the actual main city, I forget its name right off the top of my head for the first game. None of the guards ever kept their armor for very long. They at least had the shirts on their backs. That was about all they ever had, though. Just like a certain executioner blade may have found its way into my possession. Thank you for the arc, Nealon. Oh, good. I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, there we go. Okay. Good amount of gold. Gain an extra heart, that's perfect. Just in time. Alright. The frog needs taught a lesson. So let's do so. There we are. There's a lot of gold. I will take fish. Pretty sure you guys back at the, you know, the camp there would like some too. It's less food you have to grow for yourselves. Man, I'm all for not just attacking through the bats there, or expecting them to stop soon enough. There we are. This is probably better. Icar's nice, but this will make it to where I don't have to take as long to aim it myself. And it will be better crowd control. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Free commandment stones are just fine with me. A tarot card too. Don't. Oh, you spoil me. All the soul hearts. Cause I need all the health I can get. My face is my shield in some cases. Let's put it like that. Oh. Alright. Okay. There we go. We're getting some damage in with the roll here. Which, actually, that's probably my favorite card so far. Turning our roll into offense here. Yeah, I don't trust that in the slightest. And the fists actually are growing on me with the invincibility during the heavy attack. In you go. You caused me so much trouble. Now it's time for you to serve us instead. Only the finest dirt paths for our cult here. Only one more. We already have Hellfire and Brimstone. We already have Gold. What's the last path, then? Is it the mud path? Oh. Okay, return to the cult before anyone else has an incident. Also, it was nice that was a short one there. And I'm pretty sure I assigned everyone who was sick to a bed. Well, to rest. They may not have been, you know, on a bed, but they at least got rest. Well, Nealon? I feel like it's time. Alright. Go ahead and harvest. You don't want it to be sacrificed, and you're currently dissenting. I think it's about time we put an end to that. Let's go ahead and gather this. Yeah, let's go ahead and put an end to that. Alright. First things first. Gotta put a crown in. You know, enhance ourselves just a bit. Let's reassure you guys, death is not the end. You all believe in sacrifices, correct? It's about, you know, leading a following to the correct path, Titello. You know, leading them to true, forgiveness. Proper way of living. Being fed to an eldritch being. You know, those things. Your normal things. Alright. Alright. Where is Neil? And he wanted sacrificed for the good of the cult. Well. I would say that was quite successful. Now the real question. How do we capitalize on his, you know, ask for, being sacrificed here? You know, where's our actual reward from it? Alright, let's see. We probably need some new beds, right? Oh, where's some improved bedding for you guys? Let's see. Okay, so we have shelter there. Okay, so we have to get the healing bay. That's fine. And what's with the unsure face, Titello? You don't believe in the cult here? You don't believe in our sacrifices being the good for it, or for the good of everyone? It's true though. Man, you guys absolutely destroyed the outhouse here. Holy crap. Well, I should say holy craps. Alright, well, Titello? Would you like to join? Ooh. We can let you in right here. Come on. I guess there's actually a limited time first. Beforehand. Well, we'll let it go just in case there's someone else who maybe wants one too. Or is it... Do I have the maximum amount of followers? That can't be. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, no. Here. We'll queue it back up. I guess there's a time limit for it to go through. So we'll wait, you know, I think roughly minute it is. You have to queue back up to Tello. Sorry about that. Not used to there being or realizing there's a time limit here. There we go. Could have also just bugged out, actually. Alright, Totelo, welcome to the cult. Here's your free shirt. Alright, go refine stuff for us. No, you're all good. That's because I had canceled it. I think it bugged out because it wasn't letting me accept the ending of the raffle. It wasn't letting me actually go over to it. Or are you meaning in the, you had to actually accept, like, joining in? That's interesting to know. I actually didn't realize that either. Alright. We'll give the seeds here for you guys to plant. Take care of. Alright. So who's all sick? Let's go ahead and repair these beds while we're at it too. Alright, you're fine. Hello over there with the Popat just blessing the resources. Okay. Let's go to make some fish, make some hearty meat broth. Just a little bit of follower meat. And some pumpkin bowls too. Sorry, mystery meat. Can't forget that. It's mystery meat. It's quite tasty, though. Don't be deceived by the odd name. Why are you guys making it hard for me here? Oh. Hold on. Is he running straight in? Really? Really? You made it all the way there. And did your business right in front of the outhouse. Oh, I should really put you in the pillory for that. Alright, you. You get one more chance, Auntie. One more time and you're on the chopping block. Alright. Let's go ahead and inspire all of you. There we are. Let's see. Alright, we don't have enough bones for anything just yet. What? What was that scream about this time, Hardy? We're doing a fine job of managing the cult. No one's dying immediately. In the near future, hopefully. At least. You're all fed. All the bodies are in the graves. I feel like we're doing pretty good here. We even killed another boss. Oh. And you guys blessed someone with the ability to be a jerk to me. Also sacrifice Panon. Huh. Okay, you're sick, so you get to stay there. And we'll go on another crusade. See, you know what? I get it. You're just releasing the war cry. You want us to go on another crusade. Understandable. I will not suffer the same fate as Leshy. Find me in my temple. You would join your kin in slaughter. Well. I think it is you who will be slaughtered. Especially if you give me these. Some bony fists. Don't mind if I do. Oh. Hello, child. I know you. You're a friend of Ratau's. I recognize that crown on your head. Ratau has told me all about you. I'm on my way to visit him for a game of knucklebones. I've debts to pay and debts to gain. Well, it seems we have a new challenger. Don't mind if I do, but first, gotta destroy this little camp here for any meat you have lying around. Alright. Launch the wave of tentacles. And there we are. Ooh. Hey, we can decorate the place with mushrooms. You know, with all the death and disease, you know, maybe we can make it a little bit more fitting. Okay. We use less fervor, that's always nice. Try and get any resources we can here out of the environment. There we go. Bit of bones for our trouble. Alright. Go ahead and do that. There we go. We'll head on down. Alright. Yeah, I'm honestly, the more I play with them, the more I like the fists. They have a simple combo, but very, very effective. Yeah. No questions. Extra health. Alright. There. Lost me through soul hearts for that. That was completely my fault and completely unnecessary. Ooh. You know what? We go here. I think that's the symbol for our card. Yes, it is. Well, don't mind if I do. You know, I'll take one more free heart. We'll go get a new follower. We can always do with more. We do need to grow the cult after all. Alright. Let's just spin to win there for a moment. There we are. Seems if you can get him against a wall, that spin to win actually does a lot of damage. Really? There we go. Right as I come out of... whatever. There goes all my spirit arts, but... we at least got a new follower out of this, if nothing else. Hey, look! You're fine. You're safe. Go into the mysterious portal. And ignore the screaming mushroom. That you're trapped in. You know, it's a good thing we got here. We've seen how that ends. First, the mushroom absorbs them. Then, it creates a duplicate of them to lure in more people to, you know, shove in a nearby survivor into it as it tries to take on the appearance of a, you know, friendly. Alright, the one you serve, that monster we put in chains, will not be satisfied until you've killed all four of us. You have killed my brother Leshy, but you will not kill me. You will not get closer to the other bishops of the old faith. We are far older and more powerful than dear brother Leshy was. Oh yeah, it's because Leshy insisted on, you know, playing card games for our lives here. That's kind of how it goes there. Okay. You die. And you die. Well, that wasn't painful at all. Thank you. Thank you so much. The game knew it was being too cruel. Alright. Can we get out of this mushroom forest? Alright. Oh. Good. Yeah, that final hit has so much range. Honestly, take this, re-equip this, and scrap that. I like my tentacle blast. Gives me some range here to do stuff like that. Alright. Get a little bit of food for you guys, a little bit of fervor for myself. We will take Masters of the Arts. More damage is always welcome. blast that one. Okay. And there we are. Can't leave any of these totems here. Idols to false deities. And here we are. Alright, what's your face? Time to meet our wrath. Oh, so fancy, this nice long path here. Finally, I've been looking forward to this. Make your peace, creature. You will not be leaving this temple. Yeah, let's see who will be leaving here. And who won't be. You got big. Alright. Ooh. Well. Do the power attack already. Jeez. There we go. Ow. Okay, maybe they were onto something about us not being the ones to leave. Ooh. Yeah. I just got absolutely blown up. You're correct, Tardy. Holy crap. Okay.
Nice.
That was a bit more than I was expecting, I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting the giant wave of flies to just absolutely swarm me. Alright, you guys, I know it's hard to hold belief here. Trust me, I know it. So let's give the sermon. Please, believe in me. We need it. We need that belief here. That belief keeps us strong. Keeps us healthy. Alright. Zealous weapons. Yeah, I got absolutely ruined there. I'm not gonna lie. Did not know what to expect entirely in that boss. Alright. We were asked to ascend someone. Where is the name? There they are. We were asked to ascend this individual to the heavens. So let's do so. There we are. Ooh, perfect. New doctrine too. Let's see what work and worship gives us. Let's see. Declare a day of rest. Ooh. Yeah, it's a holy relaxation day. You guys need a break every now and then. I can't work you to the bone if, you know, you're dropping dead from exhaustion on me. So there we are. Alright. Everyone, you get a break today. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe not. Oh, thank you for the ritual cooldowns. Alright, before this becomes a health hazard here. Go ahead and clean that out. Ooh. There's outhouses for a reason. Hey, clever. Yeah, the style is awesome for this game. It's a lot of fun, too. How you doing, by the way? Alright. Two of you get grassy gruel. Yeah, this is an awesome little game. I've been enjoying pretty thoroughly so far. Hey, no problem. It's nice to get to raid people, you know, I don't get to raid too often. Alright, we get a divine inspiration here. Alright. Everything's unlocked now. Well, we can get to everything. Yes, Hardy, the cult is growing ever stronger. And also, welcome back, Neelan. Like I said, I need to upgrade my graphics card before I can, do that. Sadly, it doesn't quite meet the requirements for that game. So, but when I do, it's definitely on the list. Trust me, though, it did definitely, you know, pique my interest. Oh. Alright, well, people are maybe, you know, thinking about joining here. Take a quick sip. But yeah, it looks like a ton of fun, I will say. I do love the fact that you have the whole faction. Like, it's an extraction shooter with faction, like, teams rather than just, you know, the single squad. That seems interesting. At least it seemed like a faction, kind of thing. That seemed very interesting because it reminds me, actually, in some ways, of ESO's PvP then. Where you had the whole of Cyrodiil, like, divided up. Alright, well, since it seems like people don't want to join, we would just accept them into the flock. Bird beak and all. But, it definitely seems interesting, and I like that because that means, you know, it actually makes it to where you can kind of get more potential teammates here. Why did everything just tank here? Hold on. Alright, you bed rest. Bed rest. Okay, let's also go ahead. Let's put a healing bay. You know what? Right here next to the food, so they don't have to leave to get their meal. Oh, okay, so what we'll do then, real quick. Let me just run out here for one moment. And here we go. We'll get you in here. You have to join when it says a raffle's going on. So, like, I'll cue that up right here. And as soon as we see the participants, we'll, you know, have you join in. Alright, here you go. Yep, there we are. And as soon as it lets me actually end it here... on. We'll have to restart it. It seems like when there's a pre-queue, it doesn't let me end it. Try it now, Clever. It seems like if, like, people queue up beforehand, it, I guess, doesn't quite register it. But yeah, that... Hey. I can't help it sometimes, alright? There we go. There you are, Neil. Neil. Clever. Sorry. A little tired today. When am I not?
Nice.
Oh. Well then. Someone just stole some money from me. I'll have to go hunt them down later. They're hungry, but they don't want the fish. Fine, we'll give you grassy gruel, since you're so insistent. There you guys are. But first... Oh, we don't have enough here. We'll give the sermon so people don't get too upset. Alright. Praise be, you know, the chain one, and praise be me. And all that. Oh. And we'll be doing this next when people get hungry here. We'll give you a nice big meal, everyone. When we get enough corpses for said meal. Sorry. Bones. To sacrifice to the old one to bless us with a meal. That's what I meant to say. Alright. Get a bit more there. Make sure everything's nice and tidy here. Go ahead and harvest this real quick. There we are. Go ahead and collect these so that people, you know, get them back here. We'll finish building this. And then we'll go on another crusade. Doing this just to help with the faith here. Let's go ahead and heal you, Titello. Alright. What do you want? Glorious leaders, some elders have been cast from their cult and now seek a place to enjoy their final years. Why, yes, we will let them join. I agree, Titello. Let the elderly in. They make the perfect sacrifice victims. Willing sacrifices. Sorry. Might run away if frightened, sickly. Alright. You're in. Okay, and at the same time, definitely need to harvest some of these. You know, that really makes me want to keep planting those flowers, since they're actually medicine here. Alright. Who's dissenting against us, by the way? You? You just joined. In you go. You get one extra chance. Alright. Let's go ahead and heal up. We'll heal you up. Steady. We need you nice and healthy. We'll finish harvesting here. We'll put the flower seeds in so they will plant more. So I can use more. And we'll be good to go. Alright, let's inspire you all. Nice group inspire so I don't have to do so much of it. Nice. Some extra fervor. Let's go ahead and re-educate the dissenter here. By dancing in front of them. Okay, loyalty's in, in the green. We're good to go. Let me make sure those who are sick are actually resting. Yes. Good. Alright. Well, that means... time for another attempt. We'll clear this mushroom forest. Surely we will. A zealous axe? Well, don't mind if I do. And some hounds to send after our foes. Go ahead and toss our axe there. There we go. Combo that one. You with a shield need to drop that. Go ahead and fire that off. There we go. Oh boy. Map is revealed. Not entirely necessary, but I'll take it. Lets me know where the good stuff is first. Alright. One big hit there. One last hit here. And what do we have? Interesting. I can shrink myself. I'm wondering how that's going to be useful. I mean, obviously I get to where, I'm harder to hit, but I feel like that's also going to reduce my range, so it kind of doesn't do anything? Maybe? Because I have to get closer then and, I guess in the end it's still net positive. Alright. Cleave through the frogs. Through the corpses and the idols. Okay. Their commandment are ready to be given out. Let's go ahead and fire off. I'm actually really liking this axe. I think it generates more fervor as a whole, which is actually really nice. Let's go here. Oh, what is this? My love took my heart to the sea, she took my heart to the sea. 'Tis where my heart will be in her bed at the bottom of the sea. Welcome, Crusader, take a moment to join me in my search. I look for the heart that once beat in my chest. That is until it was taken by her. I've been sitting here for so many years. Even her face has faded from my mind, yet I keep searching, always searching. I have a dozen hearts, you see, but none of them are mine. They're yours if you wish to have them, Crusader. They're worthless to me, I only care for the heart that was once mine. So that I may look upon her face one last time. Well, don't mind if I do. Take a heal. I can cut down the hearts. Don't mind if I do. You know, maybe one will turn into a soul heart. There we go, though. Yeah, you can't destroy the final one. But don't mind the giant beating heart in the background. It's perfectly normal. He said it's not his heart. So believe him. Alright. Oh. Okay. This can technically end up being more, and I've got enough hits it should at least proc once, making it worth more. Okay. You guys are possessing the enemies to fight me more feverishly. Conspiring against me? Oh no, you're fighting for me. It's a mosh pit. Every man for themselves. Get another moon medallion for someone, so they don't need sleep any longer. Go. Go ahead and cut through that one. We're almost to the end. Alright, we'll go ahead and fire off here. There we go. Tons of bones here. Don't mind if I do. Need all those to feed you guys. The bones of our enemies make the best of meals. At least when well prepared. Bone meal's good for, you know, filling in the bread. And, it's generally good for your health. Bone broth is very nutritious. At least when prepared properly and properly soaked. Alright, what do we got here? We'll stick with what we got. We'll take it just to scrap it. For the single gold that it's worth. Shows just how worthless it was. Alright. Steal the faith of their own followers. There we go. Let's just use it. We get a heart. Should use the other one too. Because I thought it would drop on the ground. It does not. Which is interesting. Now I know that at least. Okay, so we can get a weapon by going down bottom here? Or... This I will take. That gives me invincibility for a time. That's actually a lot better in some ways. Because it also does a slight AoE here. Ow. I just need to not get overconfident with said invincibility. And it's perfect. Alright, cut down the bodies here. Can't let good bones go to waste. Okay. Go ahead and cleave through them all here. There we go. Okay. And we're doing fine. Let's head right on in. We have a couple seconds of invincibility now. We should be fine going into this. Been looking forward to us slaying you. Well, you know, don't let us stop you. Feel free to die for us here. Alright. Don't mind us. Well, don't have enough there yet. There we go. Ooh. All those explosions. Okay. Okay, you know what? Use our invincibility there. For just a moment. There we are. Okay. Got another bit. There we go. Ooh. Well, I did say it would carry us through, and well, I was proven correct, because we retrieved the heart of the heretic. Still beating and fresh. And another shackle broken. We gain a trophy. A mighty fine one. Now I need to build a trophy alt. We get some pumpkins to, you know, just pile up around our place. We've gotten all the decorations from the area. Give me those bones. In fact, can I cut this corpse up for some meat and bones? No? Fine. We've still defeated the non-believers. Look at that. A nice little bonus. I enjoyed watching you destroy Hecate. Her arrogance was always destined to be her undoing.
Menacingly!
That he is, but he is the one we worship, Hardy. He's merciful. He's benevolent. Your merciless crusade against the old faith warms my cold, unbeating heart. Oh, that's it? Okay. As long as we're, you know, still in your good graces. And the shepherd shall make way in the wilderness, rivers and the desert, light in the dark. And we're back safe and sound. Alright. What do you got for us, Titello? You honor me, great leader. I am eternally grateful. Alright, well, you know. Titello, let's give you a little gift here. We will give you a skull necklace so you live longer. Don't go wasting it. Don't ask for us to sacrifice you right after we gave that to you. Here's a gift. Golden idol of us. Anyways, let's re-educate the heretic here. For the one whose belief has been challenged a little too much. More so. And let's see. Yeah, let's allow you guys to actually harvest your food. So I don't have to do it for you. Alright. And let's get you a kitchen. That way, you guys don't starve while I'm out on a crusade. Now, it won't be as good as the meals we prepare for you. You know, and you'll have to cook for yourselves every now and then. But it will be a little bit of an insurance. Let's clean the outhouses here. For now. Gather that. Alright, let's give the sermon. The daily sermon. We have a few elderly in the cult. I may have an idea of how to make use of them. Alright, let's give you some options with your afterlives. Let's see. No questions. No questions at all. We need to be able to resurrect those who fell before their time. It's not even that bad, actually. You know what? Yeah, let's do... just in case. Alright, everyone. Bring out the Necronomicon. We have need. Hardy, you died way before your time due to disease. So let's resurrect you once more. Breathe again. Live. There we are. gonna be sacrificing you guys just to resurrect. So let's go with... Let's go with the hunger. Make use of the meals myself. Alright. We receive a random heart determined by the meal. And you know, just to re-establish everyone's faith in us here. Alright. Where's our eldest? Alright. Auntie, you will fight off against Noon here. Alright, you two. The elderly will slap fight. Alright, Auntie's proven his victory. Or his determination here. And the loser of this one shall be finished off. For the good of the cult. There we are. Alright. People are kinda on the hungry side. So we should really get this set up. Okay, so we need wood. Well, Datello, you'll get right on that whenever you can. Really? Right in front of me, no less. Have you no shame? Alright. Time to put some good tents down here. There we go. Let's go ahead and get to building while everyone's asleep here. Have a little surprise for when they wake up. First, let me... Before people get too upset. Let's go ahead and make some food here. We don't want any deadly dishes just yet. Alright, there we go. Anyone who's hungry can have it. But let's craft the beds. Oh, another reached old age. We all know what that means. Alright. Let's get the building here. Everyone will have a nice bed eventually. Well, maybe they shouldn't have paid attention to what was in the meal. It would have been fine if they didn't notice. There we go. At least we're getting, you know, some of the faith back for helping with the buildings. Just a little. Yeah, everyone's not starving. So, real quick, you guys can finish that. Let's re-educate this one. Alright. You done? You good? Good. Welcome back in to the fold. Let's go ahead and inspire everyone here. We will deliver the sermon And then we'll go out on a crusade. While Donatello gets us the pieces required for the kitchen. Alright. Just enough for us to get merciless weapons. Sure. I'll take weapons with a crit chance. The church is getting a little crowded in here. We have to fix that. Alright. Go ahead and do this. Let's see how the farming's coming along real quick, since we have to be the one to harvest. Let's go ahead and do so. At least you guys plant on your own now. Yeah, let's just go ahead and fertilize that. I'll help you guys out too at the same time, just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Make the last of the meals before we get on with the crusades. Once again. Alright, there you guys go. Enjoy. Collect that. And we're good to go. Another shackle broken. Another area revealed. Who are you? Oh, you have so many mouths to feed. You must need some seeds. I do indeed. Cult leader is always good for business. So many hungry followers with growling tummies. I'll just sit up here. If you need crops, you know where I am. You don't mind, do you? I do not at all. Don't mind if I do. Just give me a huge harvest of seeds. Why do you look annoyed I bought them? You should be thanking me for, you know, the business. Alright. You guys open up the door for me. We need it to progress. You guys are dismissed. Anchors deep, huh? Maybe in a bit of deep water here. Oh. Oh. The sacred warhammer. It has been found. Oh. What do we have here? Entering the lanes of the Bishop Calamar. Those who not follow the ways of the old faith shall be destroyed. Too lazy to even meet me here? Oh, come on. Oh. I like this. I get a real big hit. Boom. Crushed beneath the might of our hammer. What a glorious weapon. Alright. You know what? Oh. Someone died of old age? No! A willing sacrifice was lost. We could have used them for bigger and better weapons. I actually really like this. Oh, that's great. Can I smack things into each other? Hold on. Aw. Didn't get that jellyfish. There we go. Got that one, though. And it gave me salmon. I'm not quite sure how that works, but hey. Fish is fish. As long as it's edible, we're fine with it. So I can't... Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. More salmon. I guess meat's back on the menu, even if it's fish meat. You know, it's not red meat, but it'll do. Alright. Let's go ahead and head on down. Get as many of these corpses as I can real quick. We do need bones after all. Okay. Sure. What you got for me? Divine Wrath. Well. Channel the wrath of our unholy deity. There we go. And there we are. All will fall before our mighty hammer. All of them. Another feather necklace. I can forget to give people. Ooh. You know, I think we're good on followers for just a moment. So let's go and get the food. And what looks like cotton. Need that for clothes. Probably good to have. Why there's cotton under the sea? Well, don't ask me. Couldn't tell you. Alright. Ooh, we're picking hops? I guess we're gonna be making beer back at the camp. People can really enjoy themselves then. There we are. Just mash them up. You know, just drink away the horrors of our unholy, you know, deity when we get back. Who knows, maybe I can actually get into a crusade drunk with our hammer and just swing wildly. Okay, I love this area. The pinballing enemies alone is great. Little lame smash with giant hammer. Not quite a one-shot there, but close. And tons of bones. Okay. There we are. Alright. You know, I see a 1, 2, 3. Interesting, so we'll have to kill him in order. Alright, get against that wall and take the beating. That's an energy sword. I like it, but I like the hammer more. Okay, I really like how I can keep swapping out my curses here. Quit it. Whatever you're doing. He sent many vessels like you, one after the other. They all followed. You got further than most, granted. I shall enjoy watching your cult rot from inside, a disease upon them. I don't feel so good. What are you, Nurgle? Cursing us with disease and plague? How dare you? Leave our poor followers alone. Even if some of them enjoy it. Alright, Sister Kamek's madness was foreseen in the first turn of the cards, drawn by her own kin, as I have always done. Is destiny the grail which must be pursued, or the force which drives one onward? Come, let's draw once more. First card, Beacon. The second, a Shadow. The third, something lost, or perchance taken. Card inverted, it must be sought. The cards speak, a relic calls you, yours to seek and to claim. Tell me, lamb, do you believe destiny immutable? Blazing Trails, of course. Just so good. Offense out of your defense is so nice. Smash everything in anger for what happened to us. You know, just make the place a mess. Celios. Alright. Ow. I was kind of low on health anyways there. Could have maybe finished that. But hey, it worked. We got pretty far. We got some new lore. Some new, food for our followers. Alright. We need you guys to really be careful. Alright, Auntie. Normally I'd harvest you. But this time, you receive a proper burial. That way we can sacrifice you like we plan to later. I don't know we can if we eat the corpses. Alright. Sarmons it is. Get people nice and happy. And then we prepare a meal. Alright. There we are. You know, everyone's nice and happy. And I don't have enough bones. Okay. Well, you'll just have to settle for a normal meal. No fancy feast for you guys just yet. Just a normal meal. Someone gets tasty fish. Let's go ahead and harvest what we can out of the crops. Let's go ahead and add as much fertilizer as possible to all of this. There we go. Alright. Someone gets pumpkin. And the rest of you get grass. Alright. Well, clean that up. Alright, come on. Well. Pull some pranks, you say. They're really picky eaters, so let's make them eat poop. Sure! Alright, Hardy. You're gonna need to take some bed rest. In fact, take some bed rest. But we will also... Okay, we can't quite treat you. Not yet. So what we'll do... Let us do this. Alright, Hardy. We don't want you dying of illness again. There you are. Let me get to cleaning up here. You go in bed rest. Let's clean up the outhouses and we'll be good to go. As long as you guys would quit puking. Devoted fertilizer. Okay. Interesting. Alright, what do we have here? Let's give you guys an outhouse. With a little bit higher capacity. Okay, you don't wake up. Okay, you are resting. Good. Yeah, you guys are decently fed. Just in case. Let's go make a morgue here. You guys will have that built by the time I'm back. One more crusade. Always one more. It's going down right. Yes, okay. Go ahead and repair that. Alright, Clever. Wake up for just a moment. Got something for you. We're gonna give you a moon necklace. You don't need sleep anymore. We woke you up to remove your need for sleep. Now dance with us in the night. And raise your loyalty. Alright. Now that all of that's taken care of, let's go get those corpses. So I've learned my mistake with Warhammer. It's a little bit too slow, at least when I'm not one-shotting things. It was good. Except for the final boss. Of the, level.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is
This is
slow
true, Hardy.
and insidious
This is very
killer.
true. Alright. Get our energy sword here. Alright. Yeah, this is working out a little bit better. I don't like it. Seems like these have a very, very low damage. For, you know, the ability to crit. Alright. But, you know, the price you pay for power. Get rid of you first. Go ahead and get our invincibility for a little bit longer. Annihilate them. Took a bit of hits, but it's fine. Who's dissenting? Bino, I believe I've warned you once before. If you're at it again, you're on the chopping block. Alright, get our bones here. Go ahead and collect what we can. There we are. I guess those crits really do hurt. So they are worth it. Yeah, that was the bomb doing a bit of work there. I'm gonna assume it's the crits. Alright. What do you have for me? Sure. We'll just transform someone into a critter. Get some meat. I do need a bountiful harvest. So you know what? Let's get some grapes. You know, gotta really sell how luxurious it is back at camp. Have some of the followers hand feed some of the others grapes. Really just sell the lap of luxury we provide. Alright, let's see. Interesting. It seems like our range isn't reduced, actually. So that is just a straight benefit. As long as it's also not reducing my damage, of course. Someone died of old age again. Man, I need to stop leaving the old people alone back at base. We need to make use of them a little bit earlier. They keep dying on me too early. That's just why. Why did they summon an elite from an elite? Also, bonus to harvests are very nice. Going to keep cleaving our way through. So it's just the fun part of these bouncy guys right here. That's not even part of the hammer. That... I guess... Ooh. Your relic. I see Chemek sustains herself still. Though creation begets destruction as nature demands. Hatched we are in the bosom of the last of the first gods to bestow godly instruments and yet never wield them ourselves. As nature demands. Some place I feel darkness, something of me. Now in the belly of some great beastie, though their bones, laughter, or through their bones, laughter, seek this relic in this place. Don't mind if I do. Take the merciless axe. We will be merciless in our destruction. Go to make sure our fervor's full. Destroy his training dummies. And here we go. Onward to greatness. Or death. Either one. Welcome back to Tillo. I mean, nice new axe, free of blood. We're just on another little crusade here against another of the old ones. This time one from the deep. Alright, let's use our projectile invincibility here for a moment. Don't mind the fact we're tiny. That's completely normal. We're only tiny for a brief moment. Well, a brief crusade. Alright. Ow. Alright, let's make ourselves invincible for a moment. And there we go. That nice meaty crit, allowing us to finish him off just in time. Don't mind the bruises. I'm fine. I am definitely taking the meals. And there we are. Another successful crusade. Just need a little bit of a warm-up for the area. And really make use of the resources bonuses we get. Here in a moment. Oh wait, no, that's only on the final one. Okay. Oh, how bad is it back here? About what I expected. Gonna collect all that. You guys are in need of meals. Hey, Ham. And Hardy. Both overlapped it there. How you doing, Ham? And welcome back, Neelan. Alright. The good die young. Respect your elders. Good to hear. You know, as long as we don't let anyone die of natural causes, this is perfect. Alright. Anyone who gets old gets the axe. That's how this works. Alright. Now, I know everyone's hungry and you've been waiting for the, after sermon meal. Or I guess pre-sermon, after ritual, or, doctrine meal. So here you go, everyone. We're a generous, lamb. We give plentiful bounties of food. So be sated. And now for the sermon. Be healthy. And, point out the elderly for me. Oh. Alright. Okay. Now, yep, Fino. Hold on. Do I have the bones for it? One moment. Fino, you've overstayed your welcome. Yep. Here we go. Alright. You've caused one too many problems, Fino. Get in the circle. And go meet our god. He's a benevolent one after all. Alright. And that got me just enough to maybe get a bit more fervor. Just a little bit more. So what have you been up to, Ham? Other than a bit of Gray Zone. I did see that the other night. Or at least I saw you said you were gonna hop on it. May have fallen asleep beforehand. Alright. A successful ritual. Alright. Clever, you need to sleep. Go take a nap. You must be tired. Okay, fine. Here's your bed. Take a nap. Relax. Take a load off. We're gonna go ahead and harvest all these nice medicinal flowers. So let's do that real quick. We use the devout fertilizer here. Alright. Use that here, that. And we've already fertilized that one. Alright. And just a wee bit of one. How you doing, Smurf? You know, you and Ham are just in time. We have a new follower here. You know. One of you may be able to get in here. The Marge. Well, that works for me. Alright, so let's see. Natural skeptic, but gullible, and a coward. Alright, who wants them? You know, in a way it does. Except, you guys get to stay back at the base, and I lead the charge rather than the other way around. Man, I love Pikmin. At least Pikmin 2 and 1. I mean, Smurf, I'm right there with you, honestly, in many ways. There are a lot of old games I still love. Oh. You know, sometime down the line, I'm gonna have to do like a Pikmin Kaizo or something. Because it has been way too long since I've played those. I probably could too. I still have a Wii. I could probably set something up. But yeah, you know, anyone who wants to join in, Ham, Smurf, anyone who doesn't have a character, feel free to. Get to customize them, you know, make them your own. And when you get old, you get, you know, on the chopping block. But yeah, there's a ton of old games. Like, let me see if I can quickly dig it up while we're doing this. In case, oh. Here, I'll re-queue it here. There you go. Let's see if I can find them. Here they are. You know, two games I used to absolutely love. Don't. Hey, Smurf, it doesn't matter if you're bad or not. You know. Dude, I haven't gotten those yet. I don't know. Honestly. To be fair, I've got a few anti-bot systems set up so I don't see them too much, but I don't know, to be honest, with some of these. Like, some of the bots just, I don't know how they think people will fall for it. But yeah, some of, you know, the games from my childhood, by the way. At least from the N64 itself. See if that really comes up there. Weird how it's recognizing yellow for the green screen. But DK64 and Pokemon Stadium 2. Some old games that at least with DK64, I want to do a randomizer for. Those look super fun. Oh, and it's been way too long since I've gone back and played them. But yeah, I do not know with those Smurf. Honestly, some of the bots are just weird. Alright. Since it doesn't seem like anyone wants this one at least. Go ahead. Alright, you... just go worship. If someone was in the middle of creating one, let me know and I'll give you a little bit of extra time, by the way. Because we can grab another follower here. One who may be a bit less of a skeptic. How do you keep them in line? See, for ours, you know, they get out of line. They either get the pillory or the axe here. They use a dagger if they're lucky. How do you keep the monkeys in line? Alright. Let's go and blast that one. Ooh. Run that one over. That heretic there. There we go. Oh, I assume that's what they get. Oh. I should have sacrificed them. I figured that's what they get if they do good, Nealon. You don't reward the bad behavior. You know, when they act out, you gotta have something as a punishment. And well, they're monkeys. They're known for monkeying around, alright? Okay, really? There we go. What the heck, man? Just the peels? Mmm. That's truly sadistic. Okay, you guys. There we go. I guess if we stay just out of the range, we can hit them safely. Let's go check down here real quick. Ooh. Okay, I probably need this. Knowing me. I probably need the heart here. And thinking about it, isn't Survivalist the one that's like based on the Escapist, but turned into a complete survival game instead? Smurf? Now that I think about it. Hello, wee lamb. Fancy meeting or seeing you somewhere this dangerous. I'm Clunko. This is Bob. We're off to our friend's Ratau's for a night of drinking and dicing. It's gonna be quite the party. Ratau and the others know me for going overboard with betting. Last time I bet and lost my hand. Talk about overplaying your hand. Haha. It was hilarious. I'll win it back though. Say, you should come. You seem tough, rich, fond of risk. Perfect for Knucklebones. Alright, we got a few champions to conquer here. Steal his meal for the night. And be on our way. Okay, we got a good amount of soul hearts. I do need food. Let's go here. Claim the grapes for ourselves. Yeah, it's quicker to do this. Oh. At least when I don't get too close to interact with it properly. There we go. That works too. We'll head here. And, what do you got for me? Oh, what good are hearts if they cannot be given? I thought to keep mine to myself once. 2 kits I did have, true love found. Yet one lack a daisy summer day. My beautiful children were taken away. A gift, they said, for the one they loved most. The one that waits. I wept. I keened. How can one say no to a god? Where they be, I hope they are as devoted and as loving as I. Aw. Let's choose a follower form for you guys to take. The elephant. Why not? Also take all the money. Well, you didn't have any. At least not much. Oh well. Alright. Let's see what we got in here. Statue with some faith in one of the old ones. There we go. A few extra bones. What do you have for me? Your friend Ratau was the last vessel sent against us. The sniveling coward. And there were countless before him, all equally pathetic and unworthy. Nothing humble is quite like disease. I cast plague upon your cult. Quit it! Quit trying to be Nurgle. Okay. Well then. That's gonna get annoying. And actually, wait. Oh, we're gonna back out here. We're gonna go heal them. And I think I'm actually gonna call it here. I'm starting to feel just a little unwell. So just in case, I'm gonna call it here. But thank you all for joining. Just make sure everyone's getting bed rest here. Alright. Quickly. Before anyone gets too sick. Alright. There we go. They're all resting. We'll collect this. Yeah, thank you all for joining. Hope everyone had a great time. I definitely did. And we made some good progress. We're into the next area. Only 2 more. As far as I know. Oh. Hey, glad you guys enjoyed. And thank you for the GG's, Titello. But yeah, this game's awesome. So Friday, I'm either gonna try the altars or blueprints. I'm not sure which one yet. We'll see. I've been very curious about both. This will still be continuing, by the way. This is kind of a game I go back to every now and then in between. Just so it doesn't get old, because it's a roguelike, you know, you don't want to overplay it. At least in my opinion. I try not to overplay them because, well, I'll get tired of them and never complete them, you know. But, alright. So we'll raid out here. Let's see. We will raid out, you know what? We'll raid out to Smalls. Yeah, seriously. thank you all for joining. I had a great time, and I hope you did too. Have a good night, everyone. Take it easy, and we'll catch you all Friday, hopefully. Bye-bye.